The latest on the Bronx house explosion that killed an FDNY battalion chief.
A man linked to the home is now in police custody. Meantime, fellow firefighters escorted the remains of Chief Michael Fahy to a funeral home in Yonkers. Earlier this morning, black and purple bunting was draped over his firehouse in the Bronx as a symbol of mourning. CBS 2's Tony Aiello is live in Kingsbridge with more. Tony.
Maurice, late this afternoon, evidence collection teams finished their work on the street in front of the house that exploded. Tons of brick and rubble that spilled into the street have been cleared away. They've not yet been able to access the second floor of that house where the explosion actually took place because the house is structurally unstable. Extraordinary efforts are underway to build a criminal case, and extraordinary efforts are taking place to honor the sacrifice of Chief Michael Fahy. On the East River, along the FDR Drive, and at the funeral home in Yonkers, shows of respect for a good and faithful servant of the city, a devoted husband, and involved father of 3 young children.
So obviously the loss is tremendous for us, and I know everybody here feels terrible that, you know, his 3 children will have to grow up without him, but we're going to do our best to make sure his memory lives on forever.
And investigators will do their best to bring those responsible to justice. Already in custody, Julio Salcedo Contreras, 34 years old with a long rap sheet. He was spotted running from the scene shortly before Tuesday's explosion and arrested in New Jersey. Investigators believe he helped tend the illegal marijuana grow operation hidden on the second floor.
One individual has been apprehended. I expect we'll be finding others soon.
The house exploded Tuesday morning shortly after neighbors reported a smell of natural gas. CBS 2 has learned a Con Ed leak detection vehicle made a routine drive past the house on September 20th, but nothing was found. Investigators want to know if the pot farm operators rigged up a propane tank or tampered with utility lines.
It's unclear right now whether or not the marijuana grow operation that's alleged to have been here played any role in the explosion. That's one of the things, obviously, that we'll look at in addition to other possibilities.
This afternoon, a heavily damaged car was towed from the blast site. Residents are grateful first responders evacuated and closed the block shortly before the explosion, right as kids were walking to school.
I am so grateful to the police department, to the fire department, to Con Edison, because my granddaughter was saved yesterday, just like a lot of other kids in this neighborhood.
A law enforcement source tells me this was a fairly sophisticated grow operation. They believe it had 6 window air conditioners to remove the heat generated by dozens of grow lights. And I'm told these operations often use heaters to burn propane or natural gas. That creates carbon dioxide, which boosts the growth of the marijuana plants. That is clearly a focus of the investigation. And we want to mention that funeral arrangements for Chief Fahy have been announced. There will be visitation tomorrow and Friday at the Flower Funeral Home in Yonkers. His funeral mass will take place Saturday morning at 11 a.m. at Annunciation Roman Catholic Church in Yonkers. Reporting live near the blast scene in the Bronx, Tony Aiello, CBS 2 News.
Tony, thank you.